Now, back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Hi, this is Paul Feiner. I'm the Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and my guest today is Hugh Thorne, author of a book called P.I.A.N.O, Poetry in a New Outfit, and they use acrotrions. And what is an acrotrion again?
Acrotrion is the title. It's a mixture of acronym, poetry, and vision. And once you put that combination together, you will come up with the structure of the poem and how it flows. In other words, let's go back to the word speed. I want the listeners to imagine that the initial letter of the first word and the initial letter of the last word must be the same, and it has to be capitalized. So when you create a poetry in the future, you will have the title at the top, and you'll also have the title on both sides of the poem. As you go from verse to verse to verse, and it's limitless. You could have as many verses as you want.
So, for example, on the left side of the section on speed, it says self-controlled processing, early restrictions on exposed and desired, and that spells speed. The last words of the same, a paragraph says speed puts everyone eyeing danger, SPEED. So that's basically what you're talking about.
Right. And when you go to the next letter, in other words, S would be S at the beginning, S at the end, P would be at the beginning, at the end, and so forth. So just imagine for 1 minute, because I'm going to read you the first verse of the poetry, and you're going to realize that speed is on the left side and on the right side. And what it creates to the reader is a vista made up of alphabetic letters. And you will see it, and that's why I say it has to be capitalized, because it makes it more significant to the reader and to others who are looking at it. I'll read you the first verse. Self-control manages the feet, your senses and speed. Processing all actions with moderation and puts early restrictions on a careless mind to protect everyone. Exposed to a speed demon, not thinking of others, and eyeing the desires to go from here to there, unmindful of danger. So these are some of the things you read it, and it delivers a message that makes a lot of sense. And the authenticity of it is what captures the mind and hearts.
And in your book, then you have a realistic description of speed, where you talk about speed scenarios, creating headaches, damages, expenses, and loss of lives. You mentioned that 85% of accidents all over the world are caused by speed and its brother, super speed. So for people who read it, first they read the poem, and then if they still don't get everything, there's an explanation of why you chose to comment about that, so it makes it easier for people. I was just curious because you must have been a straight A student in college. And what schools did you go to?
No, well, unfortunately, my life was a rough one. And I was born in Trinidad, the Western days, and my early days were rough simply because my grandfather died, and my uncle, who was taking care of my grandmother and myself, it's a long story, and I had to leave school at the age of 15 years of age and get a job from there on.
So you're self-taught?
Self-taught.
Well, so
self-taught.
That shows that maybe school is overrated. You could learn as much from the day-to-day experiences. Your wife just was ready to kill me when I said that. So
absolutely not. School is very, very important. However, it does show that tenacity, a desire to learn, and just having that drive to investigate and research, as Hugh's done a great deal of, that it pays off.
But actually, you could have gotten an honorary degree because you know more and you're more intellectual than a lot of people who graduated some of the best colleges in the world. So I'm very impressed with.
But the fact is, I'll never overlook the fact and the importance of education, and we will discuss it sometime today also. And my wife is, she taught at several colleges in New York City, and she knows a lot about her form of teaching, and I've learned a lot from her. And she has taught me a few things, as a matter of fact. So it's wonderful to be smart, and our children are well educated. We send them to some of the best colleges in the United States.
That is, that is great. Everybody has dreams, and you wrote a poem about dreams. Could you discuss that?
Right. No, but I want to finish with speed first.
Okay.
And yeah, so let's finish with speed. As I said before, speed stands for something people everywhere enjoy doing. But when you look at speed, it comes with a hidden answer. It's amazing how some words can generate an answer that is remarkable. And it's up to you, to the listener, to realize how important these things are and to use your own sensibility to really find the answer. Let's look at the reverse of, let's reverse the word speed. And you will end up with D-E-E-P-S. Now that's the word, but it's not the answer, because you, first of all, you may look at the dictionary sense of the word to find the answer, but don't even look there. Put on your acronymic lenses and you will see something different, totally different, but remarkably striking when it comes to finding an answer. For instance, when you look at the word deeps, D-E-E-P-S, and you interpret it acronymically, it stands for the following: drive, everyday, exercising, proper speed.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's built into the word. And it's amazing. You'll find this in my book in several different places, especially what I did with the word guns. You've got to find it out. It's amazing what it does. The word comes with hidden answers. And I've described it all in a poetic form to make it more exciting and dramatic. You have got to read it. It's very, very interesting.
We have to take another break, and then we'll be right back. And we're talking about the book P.I.A.N.O. And my guest is Hugh Thorne, who's the author, and his wife is also joining us. I'm Paul Feiner. Stay tuned. It's a really interesting book, and it's available on Amazon, Google,
and the website.
and his website.
Right. Is acrotrionpoetry.com. acrotrionpoetry.com.
Terrific.